Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into the absolute core philosophy and strategies straight from net worth notes. And our mission today? Building real, lasting wealth with zero fluff. No insane jargon, no wandering off topic, just the pure, concentrated insights you actually need to take control of your financial destiny.
Clear, no-fluff breakdowns of investing, personal finance, and money management. That right there is the core promise of today's source material. Look, the finance industry has this terrible habit of making things sound, well, infinitely more complicated than they actually are. They love to throw around big words and these incredibly intricate charts that honestly just leave most people paralyzed. But we're stripping all of that away today to transform the jargon into ultimate clarity. So if you've ever felt overwhelmed by managing your money, you are in exactly the right place. Okay, let's dive into this. Index fund investing, stock market strategy, passive income, retirement planning, debt payoff. Just reading that list is kind of exhausting, right? Any one of these could spawn thousands of dense textbooks and endless hours of screaming financial news. Think about the overwhelming noise we face every single day when trying to research this stuff. It's just a constant barrage of contradictory advice. But the beauty of the net worth notes approach is that it takes these massive, terrifying topics and distills them down to their absolute essence. So here is our roadmap for the explainer. We're moving in 3 distinct steps. Number 1, the foundation, budgeting and saving. Number 2, the defense, avoiding investing errors. And finally, number 3, the offense, laws of financial mastery. All right, let's start at the beginning. Section 1, the foundation, budgeting and saving. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark contrast. Before you can even think about mastering the stock market or designing some complex passive income portfolio, you absolutely have to nail the foundational habits. Left side, smart people making critical errors. Right side, the 1% executing a blueprint. You see, you can have a sky-high IQ, but raw intelligence doesn't make you immune to poor money management. The top 1% who actually hit that pinnacle of success, they aren't necessarily doing it because they're geniuses. They're doing it because they ruthlessly execute. It's entirely about behavior, not just brains. So how do they do it? Well, the first step to financial freedom isn't some secret Wall Street trick. It's the strict, monthly execution of a budgeting blueprint. Specifically, the top 1% track what's called the net worth checklist. It's 5 critical metrics evaluated every single month: savings rate, portfolio growth, debt-to-income ratio, burn rate, and total net worth. Nailing these 5 numbers is your actual foundation. The 1% build real wealth because they meticulously track and manage their capital using this exact checklist before they do literally anything else with it. Which naturally brings us to Section 2, the defense, avoiding investing errors. Look, earning and saving money is incredibly hard work. So once you finally have some capital, you have to build a moat around it and ruthlessly protect it. And when it comes to mistakes, the source material zeroes in on one very specific number: 10. There are exactly 10 critical investing errors actively threatening your portfolio right this second. These are the exact pitfalls that routinely wipe out the savings of everyday investors. Knowing these 10 errors inside and out is your ultimate defensive shield. So, the crucial point is, this is why smart people lose money. You could be tracking your net worth checklist perfectly every month, but if you panic during a market dip, or fall prey to hidden high fees, or just fail to diversify, you are going to lose money. Actually, scratch that. It's more like you can be the smartest person in the room, but without an impenetrable defense against these blind spots, your wealth is just a sitting duck. All right, shields are up. Let's move to Section 3, the offense, laws of financial mastery.
It's time to shift to an empowering, offensive mindset. This is where we stop just protecting our money and start aggressively putting it to work for us. Just like there were 10 errors to block, there are 10 explicit laws of financial mastery that you need to aggressively embrace. These aren't vague, fluffy concepts. They form an undeniable, proven playbook to stop guessing and start building the life you actually want.
Let's move to and see how this all builds together perfectly. Step 1, master those 10 laws. Step 2, by applying them, you build real wealth. And step 3, that wealth allows you to achieve true freedom. Because at the end of the day, having a bunch of money isn't the real goal. Freedom is. The freedom to spend your time how you want with exactly who you want without that constant gnawing stress of financial survival hanging over your head. Mastering these laws is the key that unlocks that door. The overarching theme of this whole methodology is incredibly straightforward. Turn complex topics into simple, actionable notes you can apply today. Seriously, we don't want you just listening to this and nodding along. Whether it's calculating your monthly burn rate from the checklist, checking your portfolio for defensive blind spots, or executing on the offense, the real power of this explainer is what you actually do with the information the moment you close this app. Which brings us to the most important question. Are you ready to apply these actionable notes today? The entire blueprint is right in front of you, completely demystified. The foundation, the defense, the offense, we've laid the whole shebang out. So when you look at your bank accounts tomorrow morning, are you just going to continue with business as usual? Or will you take your very first step toward the 1%? The choice is entirely yours.